Hello everyone, welcome to another lecture of C programming. In the last representation, I discussed what is history and feature of C language. In today's video, I am going to talk about environment setup of C or C++ language. So before writing your first C program, you will need to an environment setup in your local computer. So to set up an environment in our local computer, we have to install two software. First one is a text editor and another one is your C compiler. So what is a text editor? A text editor is a predefined program in which you can write or edit your text file. And when you write your text file, the normal file extension of that text file is .txt. And when you write your C program, then the file extension of that C program is .c. And depending upon your file extension, the compiler understands this is your C program. There are lots of text editors are available in the market, and also it depends on different operating systems. Suppose we have Notepad, Sublime Text, and Visual Studio Code. So these are basically the some text editors, and in this lecture series, we will use the Visual Studio Code text editor for writing our C program. And now let's talk about compiler. A compiler is a predefined program which converts your high level language into a low level language. So for our C program, the most frequently and free used compiler is GNU GCC. So this is your GCC compiler. So for Windows operating system to run our C program, so to install GCC, we have to download MinGW, that is minimalist GNU for Windows. Now you can see how can you download and install MinGW in your local computer. So to download MinGW, we have to first open our web browser. Since I use Google Chrome, so I will open it, and after that you have to search in the URL bar the official website of MinGW, that is mingw.org, and it will open your official website. And here you can see that the full form of MinGW is minimalist GNU for Windows, as I said earlier. And here we will click on downloads, and after that you can see there is a project description, and here there are some download package list. You can also download any package of list, but we will not download it from any one of them. What we will do, we will just download on MinGW's get.setup.exe. Okay, so just click here, and after that it will show uh, this page, and here you can see that the MinGW your get setup exe file is downloading. Okay, so here you will click, and when it will download, you will just open it, and after that it will give you this message, and you can now just click on close for web browser. Okay, so now you have closed your web browser, so we will just install it, and after that it will give you message as installation directory C MinGW, and the okay view license, and also we will continue it. And here it takes some time to install and download some file, so we will wait for some time. And also you can see some details here, and here there is a view license, and this is MinGW get version 0.6.3 pre 207 Okay, so this is step 2 where we download and set up MinGW installation manager. So it is now 86%, 94%. Okay, so we will wait here for few minutes, after compilation, sorry. So when it completes, it will give you some message as continue. We will just click here, and after that you can see that this is your MinGW installation manager, and there are packages. So these are some packages, and this is your basic setup. Okay, so when you will click on any package, suppose this, so it will highlights, and here in the description it will give some message as this package provides the MinGW implementation of the GNU Objective-C language compiler. And also what we will do, we will just mark which type of package we want to download. So here we will require the MinGW 32 base bin. So okay, so we will just click here, and here you can see that, so it will ask for installation, so we will mark it for installation. And also we will just click on this GNU Objective C compiler. Okay, so we will also download it. Okay, so just mark is for installation. Now we will click on installation. So here just click on apply changes, and after that it will ask you okay to proceed. Now you will click on apply, and it will take few minutes for download the package. Okay, also here you can wait, and now you can see that the file and the packages are downloading here, and here there are all other packages. Also you can download any one of them if you want. Okay, so there is a GCC compiler for C++. Now you have successfully download all packages. Okay, and here you can see the details of those packages which is extracting from those files. And now after that there is a close button enabled, so we will just close it. And also you have successfully download the all packages which you want. Also you can download another packages, and here we will close it. And now you have successfully installed your all packages. Now there is a last step in MinGW. Okay, so what we will do, we will just open our C drive, and here in C drive you can see the folder MinGW. We will click it, and after that we will click on bin folder. Okay, so here in search bar you can click, and just here right click, and after that the copy button enabled, so just copy it and just close. And here now we will add the path for MinGW installation to the path environment variable, so that we can access the tools set from any folder for just like we can run our C or C++ program from any folder from our file system. Okay, so you will open your menu bar, and here just write control panel. Okay, so here it will open your control panel. Now we will click on system and security. After that just click on system, and here you can see that there is advanced system settings. So here you will click on advanced system setting. After that you can see there are some buttons. So in this system properties window we will click on environment variables, and here you can see there are two types of environment variables. First one is your user variables for a user, and another one is system variables. Okay, so just scroll down, and here just click on path. Now you can, okay, so now you will edit, click on edit, and here this window open, and just click on new, and here paste what you have copied, and this is C MinGW bin. This is the path, and now save it. Okay, so for that you will just click on OK button. Here also OK, and this is also OK, and now close the window. Now you have successfully download and install your MinGW in your local computer. Now you can check it is successfully download or your path is successfully set up or not. So for that, just open your command prompt. Just write CMD in your menu bar. Here, this is your command prompt. Okay, and now here you can write GCC double slice version. Okay, so if it will give you this message, that is GCC MinGW.org GCC build to, and this is your version. Okay, so that you have done everything right, and it will show you this message successfully you have downloaded your MinGW. If it will show you that MinGW is not your internal and external command or something like that, so then you have done something wrong. Okay, so just watch your this video again and uh, set up your path correctly. Okay, so to set up your environment of environment path, and after that you will get this right message. Otherwise, if you have any problem, you can just write in our comment section. And now we will also close this command prompt. Okay, so you have successfully installed GCC in your local computer. Now we will download and install Visual Studio Code. Already discussed about how can you download and install minimalist GNU for Windows, that is MinGW. So it is a GCC compiler for Windows operating system. Now we will install Visual Studio Code, and after installation we will set up the Visual Studio Code for C and C++ language. To setting up Visual Studio Code for C and C++, we have to first download VS Code, and after that we will install it. To install VS Code, we will first open our web browser. Since I use Google Chrome, so I will open it. So here we will open our Google Chrome, and we will search VS Code, and here this is the official website of Visual Studio Code, that is code.visualstudio.com. Okay, now we will click on download, and here you can see that it is download for any other operating system, like you can download it for Linux as well as for Mac. So since I use Windows operating system, so I will download it for Windows 10. If you haven't see any link till, you can direct click here for that download link, and it will download in few seconds. It also depends on your internet connection, so we will wait here for few seconds. Now it is downloaded, and here we will click it on show in folder. So here you can see that this is your VS Code setup.exe. So we will open it, and just close this window, and also for this, and here your Visual Studio Code is installing, and we will first accept all the agreement and click on the next button, and here this is your path. Okay, so we will click on next button, and after that we will again click on next button for continue setup. Okay, and here there are also additional icons, so you can just mark it, and we will click on next, and after that we will click on install. So here the Visual Studio Code is installing. Now you can see that the following path of VS Code as given previously. Okay, also it takes some time, so we will wait here for few minutes, and it is now successfully completed. So we will click on finish. Successfully download your Visual Studio Code, and to set up the toolset for C and C++, we will first open it, and here, so this is the welcome screen of Visual Studio Code, and here in the left hand side you can see this is an icon of extensions. So here we click to expand, and there are some couple of extensions here. Okay, so we will install two extension. First one is C++ extension. Okay, so when you write C++ extension in search bar, you can see that in the first row, C++ extensions of IntelliSense by Microsoft. Okay, so we will click it here, and basically this extension is used for IntelliSense debugging and code browsing. Okay, so we will install it, and here you can see that in the right side. Okay, so this is downloading, and we will wait here for a few seconds because after some time it will completely download. C or C++ extension is completely downloaded and installed, and after that we will install another extension, that is Code Runner. Okay, so just search Code Runner. Okay, so we cannot connect the extension. Okay, sorry. So this is your Code Runner. We're gonna install it. Okay, and here is the install button. We will just click on it, and now you can see there is a button enabled for run code. You can directly run your C program with clicking this button. Now you have successfully installed two extension. First one is your C or C plus extension, and another one is your Code Runner. Now I'm gonna close this window. Okay, so we will close it, and again we will open our Visual Studio Code. And this is your welcome screen by Visual Studio Code. Now we're gonna set up a workspace for our C program. So here, first we will click on File button, and we're gonna first add a folder to our workspace. So we will just click on here, and now you can add a folder from anywhere in your file. Okay, so I am gonna add that folder in our desktop. So here you can just create a new folder, click on new and a folder. Okay, so I just name the folder as C programs. Okay, so this is successfully created. I'm gonna select it. Okay, and just add it. Now you have successfully add your folder in that workspace. And here, so here you can see that the folder we have created can be appear here. Okay, so this is your folder C programs, which is here, and you have successfully created your folder for your workspace. Now if you want to save your workspace, then you will go in file, and here just click save workspace as. Okay, so you can just you're gonna save this workspace anywhere, so I'm gonna save in our desktop. Okay, so I call it as a C or CPP workspace. Then you can, okay, so I just call this workspace as C or CPP. and just click on save. Okay, so here you can see that. Okay, so this is your workspace, and this is your folder you have created. Now, if you will write any file or any program, it will appear here from here to downside. Okay, so you have successfully created your workspace as well as your folder, and now you're gonna create a new file inside your folder C program. So for that, just select your C program, and here you can see that this is an option button for new file. So we will just click on here, and you can write your name of your file. Okay, so I just write it first dot C. Okay, and here it will appear. So you have successfully created your first C file. Okay, so why? Because the file extension of this file is .c. Already you know that .c extension is used for C programming. And now here in this file, I'm gonna write a very basic first C program. Okay, so here this is your first C program. So don't worry about this program. Soon you will able to write your C program. Okay, run it. So to run this program, you can click here on run button. Okay, and also you can use a shortcut Control Alt plus N, and also when you do right click here, and this is an option for run code. So in this way you can run your C program in this Visual Studio Code Editor. Okay, so I'm gonna run this and see this is printed as it is written in our printf function. Okay, so this is your first program. So but there are some other kind of C program, okay, where you have to take some inputs. Suppose you want to add two numbers, and you want to take inputs from the user, then this time you have to interact with a user. Okay, so for that we have to enable terminal. Okay, so this output panel will not take input from the user. Why? Because it is only for read only. Okay, so now here in our first program we're gonna update it. Okay, so to update it we will just write here two variable int a comma b. Okay, and take user input from the user as scanf %d address of a comma address of b. So don't worry about the program. Okay, so everything I will explain everything in detail. So here I'm just gonna say how can you use the Visual Studio Code Editor. Okay, so you have successfully take input from the user, and here I'm just gonna write %d. Okay, and here a plus b. Okay, so when you're gonna run this program, we're gonna save it. When you're gonna run this program, so here you can see this is gonna not take any input from the user, not enough for taking input from the user, so it is read only. Okay, so for that we have to just go in this terminal, so we have to enable terminal. So this output tab is not sufficient for taking input from the user. Why? Because it is read only. So we're gonna stop it to pressing Alt Control M. Okay, so it is stop here. Now we're gonna solve this problem. Okay, so to solve this problem, we have to just go in File button, and after that we will click on Preferences, and here we will click on Settings. First in Settings, and here we're gonna go inside Settings, and this appears as Extensions. We will click on it, Extensions, and now you can see when you scroll down here, this is Run Code Configuration. You will should be click here. Okay, we will click here, and after that when we scroll down, you can see there is an option for run in terminal. We're gonna mark it. Okay, so whether to run code in integrated terminal, and the terminal is enabled, so we're gonna close this. And now this time when you're gonna run this program, okay, so to run this program we're gonna save it, and here the terminal is open. Okay, so in terminal tab we're gonna write the input. Suppose we want to add two numbers, 4 and 5. Okay, so we write here 4 and 5 as input. So here you can see that it is 9. So here you can see inputs as integer inputs. These are integer 4 and 5. So we write here 4 space 5. So these are the inputs which is taken by the user. Okay, so when we write inputs, so we can write it here in our terminal, and after that due to this program, here you can see these two inputs has added, and after that it will print in our output screen. Okay, so in terminal. So here you have learned how can you write your C program in your text editor, how can you run your C program, and also you have learned about what is a compiler, what is a text editor, how can you install a compiler MinGW in your local computer, how can you install your Visual Studio Code editor, and also how can you set up environment path. So you have now successfully learned about everything, so that now you are able to write your C program in text editor. So after uh, this lecture I will explain everything in detail, every tokens, identifiers, data types, everything, variables. Okay, so don't worry about what is hatch include stru.h. If you don't know about anything about C programming, so don't worry about this program. When you will write your C program, okay, so that time when you understand everything, then you will able to write your C program. So that time you don't need to install your compiler and Visual Studio Code. You will able to write your C program, and you will write your program and run your C program in this way. So you have successfully installed your compiler and your text editor.
Thanks for watching. And if you like the video on C programming, so please do subscribe the channel. And also if you have any doubts, you can write in our comment section. We will pleased to help you.